Welcome to Chapter 8, Section 1, Lengths in Customary Systems. All right, first off, this is a key concept. Key concept gives us some of the customary units. To begin with, one of the first customary units is an inch. It is basically a width of a quarter. So if you imagine a quarter, you are dealing with 1 inch. So if I said, how would you measure some quarters lined up? You would say you would measure a few quarters lined up in inches. A foot is equal to 12 inches, and it's the length of a large adult foot. My foot, I'm used as a measuring device for 12 inches or 1 foot. 1 yard is equal to 3 feet, which is equal to 36 inches. It's the length from the nose to fingertip. All right, that's like the average. You could also say that 1 yard is about 1 large step, or 1 step. One mile is this many yards. It's also equal to 5,280 feet. And you could say that it is about 10 city blocks. So, draw a line segment measuring 1 5/8 of an inch. So draw a line segment from 0 to 1 5/8. So basically what you're doing is you're starting at 0. This is 0 inches. And you're going to draw a line. And here we are at 1. So now we look at the 5/8. Well, hopefully, if you look at this, here is 1 line, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. Each of these individual lines is worth 1/8. This one here is 4/8, which hopefully you know is 1/2. So your line segment will keep coming along here until you get to 5/8. So right here is your 5/8. Here is your 0. Draw a line segment measuring 2 3/4 of an inch. All right, well, you're going to need to get a ruler out here. All right, so here's my ruler. And we're definitely not dealing with these numbers down here. But we're going to start at 0. And we're going to draw to 1 and then 2. And the question here is, we need to get to 3/4. Well, each of these lines, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Each line is now 1/16. Each of them. So this is a 16th, which would make this one here an 8th, and this one a 4th. So hopefully you're looking at this and seeing that they are each height of those lines is a different measurement. The very short one is equal to 1/16. The next one, the middle one, is equal to 1/8, and the long one is equal to 1/4. So we're dealing with the fact that this would be 1/4, 2/4, and 3/4. So my line is going to continue all the way to 3/4. All right, measure the length of a rubber band at the nearest half, fourth, or eighth of an inch. So it's starting at 0, and we're going to about right here. So the rubber band is between 1 and 2 inches Um, so the rubber band is closest, is between 1, let's see here. Here's a half. So 1 and 1/8. And all right, so we're going to re-answer these a couple ways. We're going to start with the whole number, the nearest half. Remember that half can be a whole, a half, or a half. So the rubber band is between 1 and 2, but it's closer, or actually I should say, between 1 and 1½ but it's closer to 1 inches, so the rubber band is about 1 inch long, 1 inches long. So that's if it was a half. Now off to the side, I want you to do the rest of this. Now we're going to do fourths. Well, this is 1/4, 2/4, and 3/4. My line is about right here, so it's between 1 and 1¼ So the rubber band is between 1 inches and 1¼ inches. But if you look at it, I would say it's closer to 1¼ inches. And now we're going to take a look at, all right, this is off to the side, please. We're going to take a look at the fact we're doing 1/8 of an inch. So coming down here, we're about right here. This is 1/8 and this is 2/8. So it's between 1 and 1/8 and 1 and 2/8. But I will say that it's closer to 1 and 1/8 inches. So it's 1 and 1/8. That's how long you could say this rubber band is. All right, measure the crayon to the nearest half, fourth, or eighth. So now that that's done, we're going to do the same thing for half, fourth, and eighths on this crayon. So you can see it starts at 0, and it drops down to about right here. Okay. So if we're measuring to a half, we would say that the answer is closer to 3. This crayon is 3 inches long. If we were doing fourths, you should look at this as a fourth, well, as 3/4. And since it's closer to 3/4, you would say it's 2 and 3/4 inches long. If we're looking at eighths, at least where I drew my dot, this would be an eighth. That would be 7/8. So we're looking at 2 and 7/8 of an inch. Okay, that's how you set up these estimating. All right, changing larger units to smaller units. So, changing 7 feet into how many inches? Well, since 1 foot is equal to 12 inches, multiply by 12. So 7 feet times 12 equals 84 inches. Okay. So going from larger units to smaller, larger, multiply to get to smaller. Smaller to larger then, instead of multiplying, we will divide. So since 3 feet is equal to 1 yard, now you're going to divide by 3. So 27 divided by 3 is 9. So 9 yards. This is important to add into your notes. All right, so 5 feet 2 inches. That means we divide. Oh, no, no. We're going from, sorry, we're going from the smaller, not smaller number, but smaller units. So we're going to multiply. And feet to inches, that's 12. So 5 times 12 is 60 inches. Feet to yards, now we're getting from small units to a larger one, so we are going to divide. And you're going to divide by 3. So 33 divided by 3 is 11 yards. Okay, so for for your homework, you need to, of course, complete your note-taking guides. But on page 421, I need you to work on problems 1 through 9. And then, of course, as usual, we'll do these as our classwork.